You are here because you know something is wrong. You have felt it for many, many years. You vibrate at a very high frequency. And you've realized that the frequency that you hold has become a threat to them. You're tired of the lies. You're tired of the misinformation. You are here because you're seeking truth, because you understand. As a storm of unrestrained madness approaches. Welcome to Covert Radio.
They're funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, whose only goal is to vaccinate every human on the planet. So, let's tune into some chatter. I saw we got Rand in the house. Covert Radio's in the house. Welcome, welcome. We got Covert Radio in the house. Call of Duty in the house. Much appreciated, guys. Tonight and the past. I really do appreciate it.
Welcome to Covert Radio. I am Covert Radio. It's about 5:09 a.m. on January the 8th, 2021. You know, dates do matter when you're talking about stuff like this because it's fun to go back and just, you know, compare. So we're going to get underway here. It's the new intro for 2021 for Covert Radio. It's not done yet, but it's done enough. If we have any artists that want to spit on this beat, get at your boy here, Covert Radio. I'll spit on that. You know, this is going to sound way much better in your car, in your truck, in your SUV, in your little system. Okay, that's enough of that. So, you guys probably already know this, but yes. Donnie, I got to quit saying that. It's Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump was banned from Facebook. And initially they were saying, oh, well, you know, it's just for now, you know. But no, now these the people who really run the country, they have shut down the president of the United States from speaking. And this is about the second, third time they've done this? Speaking on social media. Remember my emergency broadcast the other day with the call from David? We own the media. We own the machines. We own the pulpits. We own the medicine. And we own the courts. And it's just odd that every one of those entities are pivotal in controlling the masses. I mean, this isn't rocket science. I'll give you one example of that. I want you, let's see here, who's making eye contact with me? Let's see here. Yeah, young lady. Yeah, you over there. Yes, beautiful earrings. Yes, you. I want you to tell me what you know about Kim Jong-un. What's that? He's short. Yeah, he's short. He's overweight. Yes, he's overweight. He's mean. Okay. He's a dictator. Okay. He starves people. He has a bad foot. He murdered his sister. He murdered his uncle. Okay. What else? He went to school in Switzerland. He has a taste for the best things, but he keeps his people starving. What country? Okay. Okay, North Korea, yeah. He's crazy. Okay, he wants to hurt Americans. He wants to blow America up. Keep going. Okay, let me ask you a question. How do you know all of this? How do you know all of that? Oh, the news told you that. The media told you that. Oh, okay. Because you don't know the guy. You know nothing about the relationships politically, asymmetrically between the United States and a country like North Korea. You have no idea what their infrastructure is. You have no idea if their people are happy, sad, crazy. You have no clue. Because all we know is what we are told. Just like them in that country who's cut off from the rest of the world, they believe that the sun rises and sets because of the Un family, that they're demigods basically on the planet. That's what they're taught. See what I mean? You don't know. All you know is what you're told. That's it. But Trump is banned from Facebook. He's banned from Instagram. He's banned from, there was one more. What was it? Facebook, Instagram. There's one more. Was it not Twitter? Yeah. Oh, I'll remember what it was. But we're going to look at a couple things here really quick. This is the amount of control they have. And this is just the technological side of the tyranny that's coming. There's a whole other level of this with medical tyranny that's coming. That's here. It's actually here right now. And all of this is scripted. All of this is written. All of this has been planned out. And I'm going to tell you something. A lot of you people who have right now, you feel betrayed by Donald Trump. You feel betrayed. Like my last video covered where he has flipped within 24 hours saying that the people who stormed the Capitol, just like on the Hunger Games, just like on a couple video games, this is all, this is all programming. Because it feels so familiar, like you've seen it before. You have seen it before. In a couple combat video games and on the Hunger Games, you've seen all of this play out already. Just like Kushner, the de facto president, they have said, of the United States, which it's Trump's son-in-law, he had hired the writer or director of, what was that movie? Anarchy, election year. What is it? The Purge election year? And people had the masks on and there was chaos and everything. This is a movie. There is a group of people that is controlling the trajectory. And we're moving towards a cashless system. We're moving towards a tyrannical system, a system of just complete oppression. They have everything. They do what they want. We have nothing. We are cattle to them. AKA just like the Hunger Games. It's lesser magic. They have to show you what they're going to do. And it's been proven and proven even in the last couple months. Pelosi out at the hairdo place getting her hair done. No mask, no nothing, whatever. But you're not allowed to go to the salon. You can't go to the gym to work out. You can't go to church. But they can go have high-class dinners at wineries and restaurants. And, it's just rules for them. Or rules for us and freedom for them. They travel freely, go wherever they want in the world, anytime they want, and anywhere. You can't even have enough money. Many of us don't even have a car, and if you do have a car, it's a piece of crap. Most people, I'm saying the majority. That's truly where we're at. And if you're living in this bubble of like everybody got new cars, everybody can afford a $400 or $500 car payment and okay, like that's just not what it is. There is completely the haves and the complete have-nots. But see, they've turned all at the last minute. This last betrayal of Trump, he's turned millions and millions of people against him. So now the psychological aspect of this, oh yeah, screw him. He don't got to be on Twitter or he don't got to be on Facebook. Ah, see, now you're agreeing to it. Now you're agreeing to the additional oppression. You're agreeing to the additional rules, but you don't understand something. Again, Trump is going home to his billion-dollar empire and his 24-karat gold toilets. And do you think he really cares about Twitter and Facebook and posting what he's having for breakfast? Wake up. Wake up. This is all a stage. It's all an act. It's all to get us indoctrinated into this new system, this communist, slave, servile system. Tracked, traced, tagged. It's all becoming reality. So fast that our minds cannot adjust to what's happening right now. This is a military operation, shock and awe. This is the same thing as throwing a flashbang in somebody's house. We just got hit with a flashbang, and it's flashbang after flashbang after flashbang. Remember, we were only supposed to be in the house for 15 days to stop the curve. It's a year later. It's almost a year later. Yes, Trump was banned from Facebook and Instagram, and I'm trying to think of I don't use it. I don't use any of it. Facebook? Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, there was one more. But I want to show you guys something here real quick, and I want to make this short. Let's see here. Maybe this will show it. Let's see. President Trump is blocked from posting to Facebook and Instagram indefinitely. Well, at least till the end of his term. Who makes that call? If he's the president of the United States, who decides like a child what a 70-some-year-old man can do? That is is supposedly the most powerful leader in the entire world. What does that? What are the optics? What is this saying? Yeah, it was Twitter. Look, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram locked the president's social media accounts, while he is condemning the same people that put him in office 4 years ago, and he's calling them terrorists and whatever. Please listen to my last video. Let's play this real quick here. I can't even deal with this. Our civic integrity. You make the rules up as you go, and you apply them to wherever you feel it's necessary to coincide with your own personal political views. Do you really think people are this stupid? Do you really think people don't understand that they say one thing on Facebook and they're okay, but they say one thing that's on the opposite side of that viewpoint and they're put in jail? They're put in Facebook jail. Fuck you. I'm talking to all of you out here that just got betrayed. And again, listen to my last video. I'm not going to talk about I told you so. Okay, I'm not going to say any of that. But what I am going to start doing is count you out and count you useless. Because Trump was banned from all of these social media platforms, but you are still going to use them. You're still going to use them. You ain't going to stop. This is the control they have you under. They can shut down the president of the United States and lock him out of his own social media, unable to mass communicate with the rest of the world. And you're just going to be like, I'm just happy it wasn't me. Hey, guys. This is what I had for lunch today, guys. Look at this. I'm a foodie. Look at this burrito I got from some person grab Grubhub or something. I have 50 apps on my phone, on my $1,000 iPhone that I have to get once a month. And
and I get Grubhub 3 times a day. I've gained 70 pounds in the last 9 months, and I don't care. And I'm very offended, and my glasses are broke, but I can't get to see the doctor for my glasses. And on Grubhub comes complete strangers. They bring my food to my house. I don't know who they are or what they're doing, but I got Grubhub. I pay way overpriced prices for rides and Grubhub, but I got my $1,000 iPhone that my grandma bought me. I got my Xbox and my video games and my medical medicine weed. I mean my medical marijuana.
And you're still going to stay on your social media. You're still going to try to be an influencer. What? Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Shut it down. And if you don't know why, how about you listen to somebody like Sean Parker? Sean Parker was the president of Facebook. In the beginning, he was the president of Facebook. He helped invent Facebook to what it is today. How about Chamath Palihapitiya? How about him, who was a developer genius, who became the executive vice president for Facebook in concerning user growth? How about you would listen to them? They invented this weapon, and they call it a weapon, and they're grief-stricken for what they've done to you and me and our family and our kids, and they don't even allow their own children to have a Facebook account. But you can watch the President of the United States get censored and shut down, and you still gotta post a picture of the of your chimichanga you got today. Right? Let's take a look here. You got 5 minutes? Hey, yeah, I'm talking. You got 5 minutes here? What are you doing? Dancing with the Stars on? Can you spend 5 minutes of your life to hear somebody speak about a weapon that they designed to hurt you and your family? This is not a conspiracy. I don't deal in conspiracies. This is from the people who invented this technological weapon.
When Facebook was getting going, I had these people who would come up to me and they would say, you know, I'm not on social media. And I would say, okay, you know, you will be. And then they would say, no. I value my real life interactions. I value the moment. I value presence, and I value intimacy. And I would say, well, you're a conscientious objector. That's okay. You don't have to participate, but, you know, we'll get you eventually. and like, I don't know if I really understood the consequences of what I was saying. Because the unintended consequences of a network when it grows to 1 billion or 2 billion people, and it literally changes your relationship with society, with each other, with it probably interferes with productivity in weird ways. God only knows what it's doing to our children's brains. You know, if the thought process that went into building these applications, Facebook being the first of them to really understand it, that thought process was all about how do we consume as much of your time and conscious attention as possible. And that means that we need to sort of give you a little dopamine hit every once in a while because someone liked or commented on a photo or a post or whatever. And that's going to get you to contribute more content, and that's going to get you, you know, more likes and comments. I mean, it's a social validation feedback loop that it's like it's exactly the kind of thing that a hacker like myself would come up with, because you're exploiting a vulnerability in human psychology. And I think that the inventors, creators, and it's me, it's Mark, it's the, Kevin Systrom at Instagram, it's all of these people, understood this consciously, and we did it anyway.
That culture is missing here. So part of what we're trying to do to achieve those goals is like take really big, audacious points of view on the world and then train ourselves to be patient. And it's really, really hard. The entire society is set up to not be patient anymore.
And I'm hearing also a conflict with this like fail fast and learn mentality where if you're taking a deep and big bet, like you want it to be the right one, how do you know when that's true?
I think that's fail fast approach works in consumer internet businesses, but I don't think it works for anything that really matters. Basically.
It's, and I'm going to get right back to it. It's only a couple more minutes long. It's unbelievable. Again, this is the ex-executive vice president for user growth for Facebook, Chamath Palihapitiya, okay? And he's telling you this is a weapon. And people were laughing. It's like telling somebody that this is going to enslave you. We purposely did it to have you consume as much, to have us consume as much as your time as possible. And we figured out the way we can do that is give you a little dopamine hit every once in a while. Somebody liked my video, my picture of my chimichanga. Oh my God, maybe tomorrow I'll have a chimichanga and nachos. It is a weapon. And he's telling you, and people are just like, ha, 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 ha. And this is at a college or something. These are like Ivy League people.
Consumer internet businesses are about exploiting psychology. And that is one where you want to fail fast because, people are unpredictable. And so we want to psychologically figure out how to manipulate you as fast as possible and then give you back that dopamine hit. We did that brilliantly at Facebook. Instagram has done it. WhatsApp has done it. Snapchat has done it. Twitter has done it. So there are great examples. WeChat is doing it. There are great examples of failing fast is the right path to exploiting psychology of mass populations of people.
I want to bring us back to the point that you were making about exploiting consumer behavior in a consumer internet business. You said that this is a time for soul searching in social media businesses, and you were part of building the largest one. What soul searching are you doing right now on that?
I feel tremendous guilt. I think we all knew in the back of our minds, even though we feigned this whole line of like, there probably aren't any really bad unintended consequences. I think in the back, deep, deep recesses of our minds, we kind of knew some.
Of course they knew. Absolutely, of course they knew. Of course they knew.
Something bad could happen. But I think the way we defined it was not like this. It literally is a point now where I think we have created tools that are ripping apart the social fabric of how society works. That is truly where we are. And I would encourage all of you, as the future leaders of the world, to really internalize how important this is. If you feed the beast, that beast will destroy you.
Do you understand what he's saying? If you feed the beast will destroy you. Shut it down. Shut it down. Log off, delete it. Because all of this data mining, deep, psychologically intrusive weapons are formed against us to not benefit us, to benefit them. And again, now they are using it basically to create a narrative. I mean, if you remember when they first started, oh yeah, hey, like us on Facebook, like us on Facebook. Every commercial 10 years, 15 years ago, like us on Facebook, like us on Facebook, find us on Facebook. And they knew, okay, let's keep this going. It's free. We're going to make it free. We'll give them tools to develop, just like YouTube did. Here's all these tools. Here's some free bandwidth. Here's some free storage. Go ahead, make your art, create this. I covered this years ago on Covert Radio, another one of my Covert Radio channels. And here, do it. Yeah, here, upload. Yeah, hey, we'll promote you. Yeah, you can make a lot of money. We'll put ads on your content. They brought you in, brought me in, brought us in, bring them in. And, just like leading a cow into a slaughterhouse, you can't slaughter the cows until you bring them in the house. At any cost, bring the cows in. At any cost. So what? We're going to lose $10 million a year the first 5 years of YouTube. Bring the cows in for the slaughter. And just like Facebook, you didn't need a new website. You didn't need to spend money on your own website or, purchase big swaths of bandwidth and storage so you can serve up your media and manage your own email list and manage your own customers' data and your metrics and SEO information. No. Just send that to Facebook. Facebook will manage all that for you. Facebook business, join a group, do this, what are your interests, blah, 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 where'd you go to school, what do you eat, what'd you eat today, who are your friends, who are your family, how old are you? Here, I gotta fill this whole 25 question, dossier, for my Facebook. Why do they want to know if I've ever had an ingrown toenail? Oh, I don't know. Well, okay. Come on in. And they made it a drug so you get dopamine hits. And now look what they've done. People are scrambling, trying to find new platforms, Parler and all these other places that don't have a tenth of the budget that these government-ran, deep state-ran, private organizations. We can't do nothing about YouTube's. We can't do nothing. That's a private company. They have their own terms of service, just like Facebook. Even though 90% of that company since 2008 has been built with government money, they're not affiliated with there's no free speech. They're a corporation. They have their own rules. And it's all led by Zuckerberg, who solely decides that he's going to silence the President of the United States? What about the next president? That's why we got to get rid of it now. We have to stop using the loaded guns that they have put in our hands.
If you push back on it, we have a chance to control it and rein it in. And it is a point in time where people need to hard break from some of these tools and the things that you rely on. The short-term dopamine-driven feedback loops that we have created are destroying how society works. No civil discourse, no cooperation, misinformation, mistruth. And it's not an American problem. This is not about Russian ads. This is a global problem. So we are in a really bad state of affairs right now, in my opinion. It is eroding the core foundations of how people behave by and between each other. And I don't have a good solution. My solution is I just don't use these tools anymore. I haven't for years. It's created huge tension with my friends, huge tensions in my social circles. If you look at my Facebook feed, I've posted maybe 2 times in 7 years. 3 times, 5 times. It's less than 10. And it's weird. I guess I kind of just innately didn't want to get programmed. And so I just tuned it out. But I didn't confront it. And now to see what's happening, it really bums me out. Think about, there were these examples where there was a hoax in WhatsApp where in some village in India, people were afraid that their kids were going to get kidnapped, etc. And then there were these lynchings that happened as a result, where people were like vigilante running around. They think they found the person, and I mean, seriously? Like, that's what we're dealing with. You know, imagine like when you take that to the extreme, where, you know, bad actors can now manipulate large swaths of people to do anything you want. It's a really, really bad state of affairs. And we compound the problem, right? We curate our lives around this perceived sense of perfection because we get rewarded in these short-term signals, hearts, likes, thumbs up, and we conflate that with value and we conflate it with truth. And instead what it really is fake, brittle popularity. That's short-term and that leaves you even more, and admit it, vacant and empty before you did it.
Fake, brittle popularity. But yet, all of the we own the media, all of it will always underline and coerce and manipulate people, these young kids, your sons and daughters, your nieces and nephews, your grandchildren. Well, he's a what do they call him? He's a media influencer. He's a social media influencer. And he drives a Lamborghini and he got this and he's popular and he got all the girls and whatever. It's an illusion. Do you know somebody else who lives in an illusion that I've studied for 4 years? Look at my work on Timmy Sotomayor, okay? Look at that work. You want to talk about an illusion? A guy who ripped off thousands and thousands and thousands of people for a fake documentary that never came out until about a year or so ago, that he pieced together from cell phone footage, who put over $500,000 in his pocket collectively through, you know, crowdsourcing and crowdfunding, which he's been banned and kicked off of all of it. But he's still selling the DVD, the little cell phone movie. He's still selling it, even though it was funded over $300,000 to $500,000 for a 45-minute piece-together piece of crap. But what he did is he took all of that money and he bought cars, he bought a house or rented mansions and bought this and threw money around and this and that and literally tried to live like a baller. And then tried to gaslight everybody who gave him the money when they started asking him, well, where is the movie? Where's the DVD? Where's the documentary? Well, he tried to gaslight them and say, well, that's not why you gave me the money. You gave me the money because you want to watch me live a baller lifestyle. And you see a bunch of young, impressionable, primarily young black men who look at this as a pathway to success. And like he just said, it's hollow, it's shallow, it's brittle, and it's not real. What about Jake Paul or whatever that lost everything over smirking? Okay? Come on, put it down. Get rid of it. Listen, get rid of it. Why are you playing with a loaded gun? Why are you letting your kids play with a loaded gun? Seriously. Wake up!
Because then it forces you into this vicious cycle where you're like, what's the next thing I need to do now? Because I need it back. Think about that compounded by 2 billion people. And then think about how people react then to the perceptions of others. It's really bad. It's really, really bad.
It sounds like you're taking deep personal responsibility also in being a part of it.
I did a great job there. And I think that business overwhelmingly does positive good in the world. Where I have decided to spend my time is to take the capital that they rewarded me with and now focus on the structural changes that I can control. I can't control that. I can control my decisions, which is I don't use this shit. I can control my kids' decisions, which is they're not allowed to use this shit. And then I can
like I know he feels like this whole crowd of people are insane. Why is that even funny? I don't give my kids a loaded gun, a weapon to play with. And the whole crowd's like, oh, how cute. My child runs me. I couldn't even think twice of not buying my 8-year-old $1,000 iPhone. Because Jimmy and Timmy have one at school. And we got to keep up with the Joneses. Oh, that's funny. You don't allow your child to have it. A guy who was on the ground floor, executive vice president of user growth, Chamath Palihapitiya, is telling you it's a weapon, and these people are laughing. It's just look at the disbelief. This is almost over, another minute or so. The disbelief. He knows, like, these people are insane. And again, this is like this is a university or something.
go focus on diabetes and education and climate change. And that's what I can do. But everybody else has to soul search a little bit more about what you're willing to do, because your behaviors, you don't realize it, but you are being programmed. It was unintentional, but now you got to decide how much you're willing to give up, how much of your intellectual independence. And don't think, oh yeah, not me, I'm fucking genius, I'm at Stanford. You're probably the most likely to fucking fall for it. Because you were fucking checkboxing your whole goddamn life. No offense, guys.
None taken.
Slow and steady against hard problems. Start by turning off your social apps and giving your brain a break. Because then you will at least be a little bit more motivated to not be motivated by what everybody else fucking thinks about you. Do you know what I'm saying? It's hard. Think about how all this stuff plays together. How does trying to get, posting your fucking waffles online relate to me starting a business and accumulating capital? This is wiring your brain for super fast feedback. It's the same brain you're using to build a company. Don't think they're not the same. Do you know what I'm saying? No? Yes? No? Yes. Yes, right? You have one brain. So you're training your brain here, whether you think it or not, whether you know it or not, whether you acknowledge it or not. Acknowledge that these things where you're spending hours a day are rewiring your psychology and physiology in a way that now you have to use to go and figure out how to be productive in the commercial world. So if you don't change this, you are going to get the same behaviors over here. Change this. There's a reason why Steve Jobs was like anti-social media. I am telling you I'm not on these fucking apps. I'm not him by any stretch of the imagination. But I am proactively trying to rewire my brain chemistry to not be short-term focused. I'm telling you they're linked.
Chamath, thank you so much for being here and enlightening all of us.
Now, how many kids in that Stanford group there went and shut their social media down? No, they didn't. They all started probably taking selfies and, just listened to, Sean Parker, and I just listened to Chamath Palihapitiya, and, they're saying, it's so deeply seated at this point. I'm begging you people, please, you guys, my brothers and sisters, black, white, red, yellow, fat, skinny, tall, short, please. The betrayal is real. I've talked about it for the last 4 years since 2016. This guy never had our back. We need to have each other's back. Please put these weapons, give them back to the people who created them. Have the courage to do what's right. Have the courage to do what's good for your children. Have the courage not to be like everybody else. Don't be one of the other million cows that are being, coerced all the way up into the slaughterhouse. Don't be one of them. Or this is never going to change, and this is never going to stop. And we are in for a future in the next 18 months that is, we can't fathom it. We can't fathom it. And a lot of us will probably be in prison camps. That is truly what's coming. Covert Radio. If you like this type of media, become a Patreon. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on YouTube. Because I'm going to try to make a content every day or 2 or 3 here. 2021, I'm really going to start upping my content. There's other things going on. An alignment with an old project that's not finished yet for me, and not including everything here that I'm going to be working on, and we're going to go live here pretty soon. So, but again, I'm just going to go till the wheels fall off. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be allowed in this house. So when that happens, I'm going straight to covertradio.com, which I still have to finish some development there and whatever. But, you know, if you guys want to become a Patreon, if this is the type of information and truth that you want to support, again, have the courage to support it. You guys take care. Have a good day.